Welcome, Slayers and Fillayers. What the heck? Why do I not have my own skin? All right, okay. Now everything's good and going. I don't know why that happens, but every now and then, for some reason, my skin just defaults to the Steve skin instead of my original skin that I've created. And with recent events, now that's even more eerie. Now that I think about it. All right. So it's been a few days since I've played Minecraft because of that last discovery that we had at the jungle temple. So I still have this inventory just full of just random stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and dash over to that jungle temple, get that chest, and I guess take whatever redstone stuff is there and then head back. All right, we're approaching from a different angle, but let's go ahead and hop inside here. I believe this is the front. All right, I remember this. That granite wall, the dirt blocks. All right, so this is the stuff right here. White concrete. So I think I remember hearing some stuff about this before, like the concrete powder you can make, and then you have to pour water on it to actually turn it into concrete. Oh, I'm losing some blocks. Let's just go downstairs. All right. Okay, so I think here's how it was set up. There were pistons back here, and the stairs were right here. And I think whenever I hit that trap chest, the redstone pulse sent all of the pistons to push the little stair blocks forward, so it covered up all of the glowstone. Interesting. And then there's this door that's completely useless now. All right, so I'm back home. I've got all the stuff from the chest, so let's see what I've actually got here. I have some actual concrete, and then I have some of the concrete powder. So this is the stuff that once you pour water on top, it'll actually turn into concrete itself. Then I have 11 pistons, 3 sticky pistons, a whole bunch of redstone repeaters, a whole bunch of signs, and these name tags. I looked through all of my chests, and it looks like these were actually the original name tags that I had saved. So somehow they got moved into that temple. I'm going to go ahead and sort all this stuff out, and then we'll actually talk about what we're going to do in this episode. Okay, guys, it's been quite a few days since the last recording. I've done a little bit of building. I worked on a mob spawner here. It's very, very inefficient. I've been sitting here just doing a whole bunch of AFK work, doing a whole bunch of stuff behind the scenes. I'm not sure how much time I've spent, and the only stuff that I have right now is this stuff and this stuff. So overall, it's not horrible. It is producing at a steady rate. The rate is just very slow. I've spent maybe like almost 24 hours total AFK. So for 24 hours, I'd say that's a bad resource haul. I thought it wasn't working for a while. Part of it might have been because the AFK spot was too far away or too close or something, but a lot of it is step 1. This clock sets dispensers on 3 different floors to pour water out and take the water back in. So it gives mobs time to spawn and then it flushes them out. The clock, I think, wasn't long enough, so I don't think it was giving the enemies enough time to actually spawn. The second thing is, I think this roof just wasn't big enough. I had a whole bunch of cobblestone. I actually ran out, as you can see. I had to start using wood. A lot of light was coming in from the sun, so I went all the way back up to the roof and I added some extra space just to give these platforms a little bit more of shade. So that the enemies that spawn, they can spawn hopefully with enough time. And then the water flushes them down. They fall all the way down here, and then the hoppers take the stuff away. I realized I could have used a hopper minecart, and I would have saved a lot of resources. The issue is I realized that after I made all the hoppers, so I went ahead and just placed all the hoppers in. I might redo this entire thing actually later. But for right now, it's getting me some resources. The main resources that I really wanted were just the arrows and the bones. The string is good as well. Gunpowder's good for TNT, but I don't think I'll be using that for a while since I still haven't found a desert, still don't have enough sand. The rotten flesh, if I can make it back to a village and I can trade in all of that rotten flesh, that'll help me out a lot. All right, let me sleep and let's get this day started. Let's get some building going. Oh, actually, before I sleep, I'll go ahead and show you guys these ladders I put in and some trap doors. So now it's a lot more consistent whenever I climb up here. I don't have to worry about the vines and if they break or any of that stuff. I do still have the vines right here because I wanted the vines to continue floating through this gap right here. So I kept the vines here and I just put some ladders on the bottom. And I've been brainstorming up some builds that I can actually put onto these platforms that I created, like so many episodes ago. So now that I've created the platforms, I can actually start furnishing them up. You can also see this tree over here is grown. I've actually cut it down maybe 2 or 3 times just to get a whole bunch of wood. And so I just keep replanting it. Now this tree is a lot taller than it was before, which I'm very proud of. So I might keep this tree. I might cut it down and use it for wood and plant another one. Who knows? Let's see. Let me put this bone meal away. I have a whole bunch of axes because I've been cutting down trees. All right. Let me get some logs here. I think 64 should be a good starting amount. Do I have any pumpkins? Let me go back to my farm, get some pumpkins real quick. Ah, man, don't you remember our original home right here? Completely finished. Here's the doors, walk inside. There's the nice open skylights that the sun can just shine right through. Get some natural lighting. This is a good starting home. Yeah, I know it wasn't that great, but let's just go ahead and move on, shall we? All right. My goal for this episode is to work on these platforms, hopefully maybe even make some more in these other trees, and then also to make a smooth path down to that river that leads back to my mining base. So I spent some time designing some trees or some like homes inside of the trees, and I actually drew out some designs. Editor, if you can get some pics of those designs for me and just put those up on the screen real quick. Very intelligent, very engineered designs. A good rough sketch of what I want to do. So now we're going to take these designs and actually put them to work. Let us see what I need. I need a bunch of fences. I just made fence gates. Dang it. Made a whole bunch of those too. All right. There we go. Now I got fences. All right. So the biggest thing that I noticed, the thing that stood out to me the most was floating trees don't really look that cool. They kind of look cool, I guess, but they don't look very natural at all. So I'm going to see if I can climb up here. I'm going to expand this upper area a little bit, and then I'm going to actually use some fences to connect the top and bottom portions together. And hopefully this will make it look a little bit more realistic, a little bit more natural. An ocelot. That reminds me, earlier, as I was doing a whole bunch of builds, a random ocelot just walked onto my main platform. And because it was there, it was essentially stuck. So I spent a lot of time frantically fishing, trying to find fish that I could feed to the ocelot. Because all of the fish that I have are cooked. So the fish that I was trying to feed the ocelot, it's like I'd feed it a fish and then it'd run away. Then I fed it a fish and then it ran away. Finally, I actually tamed it. And then I took it to my mining base accidentally because I forgot to tell it to sit. And now it's just hanging out at my mining base. If any creepers try to attack me, then I will be safe. Okay, I'm going to make a whole bunch of the things that I need, just that I have a whole palette to work with. There we go. There we go. I've got fences, I've got trapdoors, I've got ladders. Let's make some pots. There we go. And then I need things that will actually go into the pot. A rose bush. I don't know if sugarcane will fit. I'll try it. I think feathers can go in pots. I'm just grabbing some random stuff here. I don't know if any of this stuff will work. I know saplings work. So let's take some oak saplings. And I'll take a couple jungle saplings. All right, now my inventory's full of just random stuff. Let me see what I can do. I made gates again. Ugh. I can't believe I keep doing that. That is rough. Okay. Here we go. How many can I make? Perfect. I've wasted a lot of materials making some fence gates. I'm going to have to find a way to use those because currently I have no reason to. And what a surprise, I'm out of wood already. And then let me just chop these down. All right. Put some trapdoors in here. Boom. Now I've got an easy passageway to the top floor. So I noticed as I've been looking back on some of the episodes I've posted, I've gotten a few comments suggesting some names for my pets. So before this episode is over, I'll make sure to... I'll just do like a few names at a time. Because, you know, I'm only 14 levels. I think I can only do 3 names right now. So I'll name a few of them, and then... This needs a little bit. I need leaves. Oh my goodness. Yes, I'll name a few of them. Just 3 of them, I think, because I only have 14 levels. I won't be able to name them all. Ooh, parkour right there. Whoa! I didn't even notice that. Beds bounce. What? Beds bounce? That's crazy. So if you look at this from a little bit farther away, now it actually looks a little bit more like it's being supported. Let's get a little bit of wood going. So if I break the leaves. So now if I look at it, it looks a little bit better. Now it looks like it's actually like the wood is inside of the tree to support it. And then to top it all off, I'll add some slabs here. Does this tree like... Okay, so I'm working kind of in the middle of a tree. It's not even the top. That's why it looks kind of weird. This one is the middle of the tree. So if I put some slabs here... I think it's starting to look a little better. Starting to add a little bit of space. I made some stairs because I always enjoy making some of those like little strange designs. Oh, you know what? I just realized I can continue this tree going up all the way up to the top. So I actually want some wood to go right here. And then, all right. That's probably going to look a little weird. I think that should be fine. I'm pulling out my notes right here. I've been taking some notes about how to build trees. So, I've got the perfect looking designs here, and then I have notes. If we're going to treat this location as a home, every home needs at least one storage block, one decor block, one back wall, and one sort of special block. Now, the special block would be like a furnace or like some sort of chimney coming out of the tree, something to make it look a little more homely, kind of like a decor block. But those are the main things that I noticed. The biggest thing, because these are very open homes, it still needs at least one back wall. Like the entire house can't just be so open. It's like, where does the person sleep? What's the actual like back wall of the home? So I just need to build this up so that it, I guess, makes sense. And let's go ahead. I'll put some. I know I'm using a lot of resources, but that's okay. That's what building is. You got to use some resources to make things look pretty. I like the way that looks. And then like a painting can go right here. Do I have wool? I could make wool. I could make a painting. Stick a painting right here. And got a pumpkin. Get a pumpkin and a torch. That's not how you do it. How do you make a jack-o'-lantern? Oh dear. Oh dear. Jack-o'-lantern. I don't see it. Okay, so let me try being like clever or something. Let me try. No. How do you make a jack-o'-lantern? I feel like I feel like an idiot. This should be like really simple. I thought it was just a pumpkin and a torch. Okay, guys, I figured it out. I looked it up online. You have to use shears on a pumpkin. Oh, and I got seeds from it too? That's crazy. Man, all the gains. All the gains. So let me break this guy. And now, put it with a torch. Boom, jack-o'-lantern. All right, let's go back up here. Boom. Got some natural lighting now. I'll do a little bit of that. All right, so now this house, this home has a couple of back walls to it. It does look a little bit right-sided, so I'm going to have to put some stuff over here. I did mention every home needs a storage block. So I guess I'll put the storage block right here. And of course, if this is over the edge, it would make sense if I had a little bit of some protection. If I set down a pot, what can I place in the pot? Let's play this game. Sugarcane is a no. Rosebush is a no. Seeds are a no. What a surprise. I know I can fit a sapling, so I'll just put a little sapling here. Look at that. Now I've got a nice little home. I can even break that torch. So the classic thing is that torches don't look that great for lighting. So the more things that I can create, to hide the lighting and kind of like snuggle it in places, the better it will look, in my opinion at least. Here we go. Let's get a little bit here. Now I've got a little home area. It's a rainy day. WarVDine's just come back from a long adventure, and I'm ready to go to sleep. Why don't I walk into this nice, lovely home that I've finished crafting? So let's look at what we've got here. We've got the bedroom area. This is kind of like where the kid would stay. Lives in a jungle. but he really likes the good old oak saplings, so they're all just like littered throughout his room. He's got this little nightlight here. He's got a little purple bed, a nice little space, a little personality there for him to sleep. So this is the bedroom area that we've got. Now, if we head down this hidden little passageway, this is kind of like the basement shed area. So if we ever need some backup resources, we can just stick them in this chest, or maybe like a backup furnace area. If we were to take this down, we've now trimmed out this path. It's not perfect yet, but we'll work on that over time. I'm going to just dodge the zombie. So if we keep following this path, I've got these little jack-o'-lantern lights here. Heading back up through the basement area. We have this corridor. I put some chests here. I don't really know if I'm going to keep those, but I don't really think we're going to have an actual room here, just because a room does need that back wall, and I don't think this is a good back wall for the building, because it's going to split off in two different directions. This kind of looks more like a fork in the hallway. So this is the passageway. This is the fork in the road. This goes, of course, we know that whole area. So this is the newer spot. This is what I made earlier, so I'm just going to keep that here. I put some fences just to add a little bit of protection. And then climbing up, this is the first home that we've made. We've got the storage block, and we've got the... Whoops. Let me... Yes, we've got the storage block here, and we've got the decor block. We still need that one special block, just to give it that extra flair, add some personality to the room, tell us who actually lives here. But that's what I've done so far. Nothing too grand, nothing too extreme. Once I start getting some more trees cropped out, I'll start connecting the different trees. I still need to work on my bridges. I need to figure out how to get some natural looking bridges and how to like spice up the bridges, because like this, it's some jungle mixed with some oak, and I do think it kind of still looks patchy, but I think using multiple colors gives it a little bit more of a pop. So while the homes can all be the same, because they have the logs in the center to kind of add some decoration, I think the bridges need some sort of decal as well. I don't know what that is yet, so once we figure something out that can work for there, we'll start working on those bridges. I did say, I almost forgot, I did say I was going to name some of my pets, so I've got 3 name tags. So the first name suggestion that I got was Jennifer. I think Jennifer is a good name. Whoa, it only costs 1 to name a name tag? I thought it took all 5. So name tags are like free now. Dang, that changes my entire world. I could name everybody right now. So I'll name my parrot Jennifer, because the parrot's the one that talks back to you. Good old Jennifer. How you doing? What was that? What was that, Jennifer? All right, here we have Blot. We have Blot the dog. And we've got Jot. I need like a kitchen area. Now that I'm thinking, oh, there's not a walkway there. Now that I'm thinking about it, I need a kitchen area. Something to actually fillet the food. Because everything with the furnace looks, typically it looks more blacksmithy. It doesn't really look like a kitchen. So let's see what I've got. Do I have any polished granite, diorite? What does the diorite look like? Let me see what polished diorite looks like. It still looks it looks like a countertop. That would be good for like a sink kind of aesthetic. I'll look into that later. This is the time to end the episode. I've got some names finally for a few of my pets. If you still have some name recommendations, go ahead and leave that in the comments as well. And as always, classic, if you like the episode, go ahead and like it and share it, all that good stuff. In the next episode, I think we're going to work a little bit more on some automated farms. But until then, I'll see you guys next time. Ciao.